Although Turkey became one of the first countries in the world to grant full political rights to women and elected a female prime minister in 1995, women are still the target of domestic violence. Discrimination against women exists largely in the conservative eastern and southern Anatolian regions, where traditional attitudes run deep. Although many NGOs have been busy to improve women's lives, women's rights groups are concerned about a new constitution being drafted by the government. A row has broken out over a new clause. The current constitution obliges the government to ensure equality for all, a clause that women's groups fought hard to include. The new draft removes that and is rumoured to describe women instead as a vulnerable group in need of special protection.
We were shocked to see that as we got the draft constitution, we were shocked to see that this article, which we as women's organizations thought is not enough, was eliminated from the draft constitution. So instead, now there is no, in the existing draft constitution prepared by the government, there is now no article saying that women and men are equal or the state is obliged to implement this equality. The new constitution, just the opposite, takes women together with children, old people, etc., or disabled people, as a special group which needs protection.
Current studies put unemployment at around 10% nationwide, but in rural areas this figure can reach as high as 70%.
The level of employment, the women's participation in the employment is incredibly low in Turkey. It's only 24%. Turkey is the lowest in the OECD ranks. And in fact, worse, the level of employment is decreasing. According to the new statistics, it's not increasing, it's just the opposite, decreasing. So it is very clear that we need some constitutional articles which will provide for women's equal participation in the employment sector.
In recent years, Turkey has been on a drive to further Western-style democratization under the umbrella of EU accession, which many say is a positive development for women's rights, but is still not enough.
Women with their roles both at home and in the workforce tire more easily than men. So we have to work not only to increase their efficiency, but at the same time to increase their status in society. We must teach women to appreciate and recognize their work.
Government initiatives have allowed various NGOs to engage in campaigns to aid women who have no voice and gain some independence. Ercan oversees a number of activities in northeast Turkey, close to the Georgian border, implemented in cooperation with the Baku-Tbilisi-Ceyhan pipeline project and the local administration.
Our target people are those who live in rural areas, but of course we try to reach the most needy. We facilitate activities that generate income for the villagers we work with. Presently, we help many different villages with a special focus on women, because here they are defined as a disadvantaged group, and we help them experience change.
IBC is an ambitious example of Turkey's bid to not only improve women's economic status, but also to secure a future free from old attitudes. Last year I joined the project and my friends said don't go, but now they're jealous, and this year they want to do my job. I took the beekeeping course and told my friends to come with me, but they said my husband won't let me. After they saw my success, they all wanted to do the course. I was the first to do this in my village, and then everyone wanted to do it. Not only changing the ideas of other women is paramount to its success, but setting an example to other men is also important. My husband supports me. He digs the soil and he's very helpful. I couldn't do this alone. Before we were farming without any knowledge, but now we're proud that we know how to do this job better. This makes us very happy. Infrastructure projects are also changing the lives of women. Women now receive running water for the first time in their life. We used to have a bucket and carry the water from across the village. After the water came, we went to the city and ordered our kitchen. It took us the summer to complete it, and now, of course, I'm very happy. We have water and electricity and live like city people now. Before we used to wash our clothes by hand, but now we have a washing machine and housework is easy. Women's groups fear that these efforts may have been made in vain should the new constitution reverse recent gains for women, a reversal that could set women's rights back years in Turkey.
In the past 2 decades, including in the legal reforms, there have been huge steps towards equality. In fact, according to the existing legal situation now, women and men are really equal when you look at the law. What we are now saying is, okay, now that is equality on paper, but what we need is now a constitutional basis to have special measures to implement, to really actualize this equality which is already existing on the paper. There are a lot of traditions and customs in Turkey which not only form a basis for a form of violence against women. In fact, women are killed in the name of customs, like, for example, the so-called honor crimes, etc. There are lots of human rights violations, and we wanted to have new articles which provide for a basis, a legal basis, against all kinds of legal action, laws, etc., that provide sentence reductions to perpetrators of honor crimes or, all these crimes in the name of traditions.
Turkish women are hoping that their daughters will reap the benefits of their struggle for equality secured by a new constitution. Jodie Sobral, Press TV, North East Turkey.